Welcome back, everybody. Back in the kitchen now with Shana Conradt. She is a local mom, cookbook author, just trying to get people to eat a little more healthy, but it's good stuff, good food.
It is good food.
Peanut butter cookies.
Peanut butter cookies. And really simple.
And fun to make with the kids.
Absolutely.
I always say, get those kids in the kitchen. If you don't teach them to cook, they're never going to learn how. And cookies is a fun one, you know.
It is a very fun one.
So very few ingredients I see here.
There's no flour.
Okay, which is
no
great
butter.
for the gluten-free people.
Yes.
Okay.
There is cereal, and the cereal we're using is not a gluten-free cereal, but you could trade out any cereal for the one that I'm going to use.
Okay.
And obviously, we're going to crush it as much as possible. The more you crush it, the less you'll have chunks of crunchy cereal in your cookies.
Okay.
But it's just kind of a fun thing. So this is a cereal that I really like. It's a high-protein, low-calorie cereal. It is a natural food item, so you would find it in that aisle at Festival Foods or Woodman's or wherever you grocery shop.
Okay.
But basically, we're just going to take a half a cup of this cereal, throw it in that little zip bag, and crush it.
Okay.
I have a handy-dandy little rolling pin that I brought along because it's my favorite one at home. And so
let me make that clear again. These could be gluten-free if you used a gluten-free cereal.
Correct,
But because
exactly.
this cereal is not gluten-free, this high-low,
Correct.
these aren't. But this is basically, they look like cornflakes with almonds.
they
kind
do,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah, it's fun. So while you're doing that, I'm just going to kind of get everything else in the bowl so that we can keep working here.
So you want this really fine. I'm going to use my hands.
As fine as possible,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
It's crunchy cereal, so you could food process it if you had a little baby food processor, whatever you'd like to do.
Okay.
I have a half a cup of peanut butter here. I use a natural peanut butter. It's another one of my things. This is a creamy honey. Parker's is my favorite peanut butter in the entire world, and I am a peanut butter addict, and it is divine.
Oh, it smells wonderful.
But our only other ingredients are a little bit of sugar here.
Okay.
This is 1 scoop of protein powder. I prefer a whey protein. If you wanted to use soy, if you wanted to use hemp, any of the protein powders out there. This is chocolate. You could also use any flavored protein powder you wanted to. You can make these peanut butter pumpkin cookies, peanut butter apple cookies, vanilla, whatever you wanted.
Where do you get that? And
I got this at like a GNC type of store.
Okay.
You can order it online. You can get it at the grocery store sometimes if they have a natural section like
It's
that
just
where they
called
have protein
protein
bars.
powder.
Yep, this is a 100% whey protein. That's what I prefer, like I said, but again, depending on if you have an allergy to milk or anything like that, you could use a soy protein.
now, do you put that in a lot of different stuff? A lot of different recipes?
It's hard for me to make dessert. I struggle with it because I do like healthy food, and for me, healthy means a balance between proteins and carbohydrates.
Okay.
So for me to get protein into some of my desserts, I do add something like this to just help out a little bit.
And does it really change the flavor or the taste
Not
or
at
texture?
all.
You can't
Nope.
tell. Okay.
Sometimes it changes the texture if you use too much of it, but that's, you know, I played around with the recipe before.
Okay,
I figured
so-
out exactly how much. So that was 25 grams of protein that we basically just added to these cookies. And
Wow.
there's only 5 servings of cookies, so that gives you 5 grams of protein in a cookie. I mean,
Right,
it's awesome.
right.
So you have a little protein from the peanut butter, a little protein from the protein powder. Again, I'm going to use an egg white. Don't think that I dislike egg yolks. I don't. It's just that we have plenty of fat in here from the peanut butter, so I'm just using the yolk to kind of bind it all together.
Okay.
I'm going to wipe my hands quickly again.
You bet. And Shana just talked about earlier, she doesn't really like using cooking spray because it's got a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
These, you don't, because it's got all that peanut butter and stuff, we don't even need to
Yeah,
spray
the fat
pan.
from the peanut butter is going to keep the cookies from sticking, and you have a great pan here. It's kind of ridged, and so like the cookies don't necessarily stick to it completely, which is nice. However you mash your cereal, that's how fine it will be in the cookies. So
Okay.
we did our best here, but for time we'll stir already. If you wanted to go crazy with it, you could.
Okay.
And these
She's
are
basically
nice.
trying to say I could have done better. Oh, well, okay.
So we're going to stir this up. It's a really nice texture when you finish. It's just short of sticking to your fingers. Like, you'll see what I mean.
It smells really good.
A long time ago, I have family members and friends who have done Weight Watchers, and there was a Weight Watchers cookie that was literally just eggs and peanut butter and sugar, and it was like a lot of sugar. But I kind of took that idea and I thought, I can make a cookie that's actually good for you like that. So you can see, like, touch it once. It's just, it doesn't stick to your fingers at all.
No,
Isn't
no,
that
it's
awesome?
great.
So I make 10 cookies, make as many as you like.
Depends on the size, I take it.
Depends on the
Okay,
size,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So you just kind of roll them into a little ball, and then
Okay.
because they're peanut butter cookies, I do take my fork and I kind of squish them a little bit. They don't flatten a lot when you bake them, so it's nice to help them out a little bit. The peanut butter really keeps them set. So if you fork them, like crisscross,
sure.
it makes them kind of cute, and the kids like that. Last night when I did make these, my little guys had a birthday party they went to last night, and they came home and I had them try them to make sure that they were good, and they were making yum yum noises. So
Oh, that's
pretty cute.
That's a good thing. And like I say, get the boys in there or the girls to help make these.
No,
These
and
are
depending
fun.
on presentation and stuff, if you'd like to, I was saying earlier too, dipping them maybe even halfway in chocolate. I
Ooh,
mean,
yeah.
chocolate and peanut butter go so great together.
Yeah.
If you had a little party and you wanted to give a dessert, something sweet at the end of the meal, and you didn't want to go overboard with it, that would be a nice little touch for
Just
these.
to dress it up.
Yeah.
Yum. These are fantastic. Oven temperature?
Like 350 again. These you want to bake slowly, and maybe watch your oven. You never know, but about 10 minutes or so.
Okay.